To make this simple little block, you will need to cut one 3-inch square from a white, light pink, medium pink and red solid fabric, as well as another two 4.5-inch squares from the white fabric. Begin by laying out the 3-inch squares, with the white and light pink in the top row and the medium pink and red squares in the bottom row. Flip a square over onto the other in each row and pin them together if you need to. At the sewing machine, sew a 1/4-inch seam along the pinned edge on one and then chain stitch the next pair through in the same way. Snip the joining thread and then press the seam in the top row towards the light pink square and the seam in the bottom row towards the medium pink square. Lay the rows back out into their correct order and flip the top one over onto the bottom. Nest the center seams evenly with one another and carefully pin it and the rest of the edge into place. Sew another 1/4-inch seam along this side, taking the pins out as you go. Then press the seam towards the bottom row of squares to finish the 4-patch unit. With your 4-patch unit placed to one side, evenly stack one 4.5-inch square onto the other and then cut them in half using a ruler and blade. Place a triangle along each side of the 4-patch unit, completing the final layout of the block. Then, starting on one side of your choice, flip the triangle over, aligning its top corner point with the seam in the 4-patch unit. Pin the edges into place and then sew a 1/4-inch seam along it. Press the seam outwards towards the triangle and then repeat the same set of steps to piece on the opposite corner. Before stitching on the last two triangles, trim off the little dog ears on either side to reduce unnecessary bulk. Once that's done, continue on piecing the last two triangles to the last two edges of the 4-patch unit. Then lastly, using a set square ruler, trim down the edges of the block so that it measures approximately 7 5/8 of an inch squared.